What's up, YouTube? It's a rainy day, and I did a recovery, felt good over a 15 miler, but what I'm gonna do is show you all of these shoes, right? So we're gonna start with the Hokas over here, we're gonna go to the Lone Peaks, and then we're gonna go to the Olympus 4s. Now, I wanna tell you right up front that everybody's feet are different, and everyone's gonna have a different experience in every shoe. Some people will say, do a half size up, do a full size up, do a size and a half, like it's crazy. All you gotta do is go search a Facebook group and you will have no shortage of people giving information. So what I wanted to tell you was about my experience and what my feet felt during the upgrades. Now I'll spare you the details of all the bad shoes that I started with that weren't even specific to hiking, but I thought because they were major brands, they would be great for doing this stuff in. Wrong, like I had to go to REI and get fitted. And so the first shoe they did was a Stinson, and it was not in a wide, and I blistered 4 or 5 times. When they're talking to you at the store, pay attention. They really know what they're talking about. Don't go, oh, these feel great, I'll take them, which is what I did, right? My wife is probably smiling in the other room right now hearing me talk about these. So the Hoka, the Challengers are the next shoe that I went to. Now this came in a wide, which was super exciting for me because I got big old fat guy wide feet. I started in Hokas at about 360 pounds. And then on my way to losing 100, I wore this shoe. It was extremely comfortable, but I did a ton of road work on here. So it has lugs for you to do some loose gravel dirt road type of stuff. And then it has the cushioning, which I like. If you look on the side here, it'll actually have numbers on the side. Can you see that? Yep. So it'll say the 3730, and that's the height of the rock on the shoe front to back. Now it is a 5 mil, I think, from the back to the front as far as elevation. It matters. This is an energy return shoe, so as you walk, it actually feels like you're springing, which is kind of cool. I like this shoe a lot, but the problem for me is that in this corner right here, where my pinky toe sets, it does get agitated. If I'm doing a shorter hike around the neighborhood, in the 5 mile range-ish, then these shoes are perfect. The rubbing on that pinky toe doesn't irritate me. I don't get a blister. It just feels like a dry rub, and not a very good experience. But the uppers on this one are very good. It's a very breathable shoe. I haven't dealt with a lot of moisture. I'm going to do a separate video about the socks and the different evolutions of socks that I've worn as well. But then when I was in REI one day, I said, hey, you know what? Let me go. Everybody raves about these Altra Lone Peaks. They're like the preferred shoe of hikers. And, you know, you see them on all the videos. If you look at the shoes, a lot of folks are wearing the Ultras. When they surveyed the 2021 class of thru hikers from the Appalachian, the most worn shoe was this Ultra, this Lone Peak. And they're up to version 6.0, which I like. They made some cool upgrades. There's a little hook here. You can actually hang this shoe up and let it dry, which I thought was a cool feature. They come with the ability to put gaiters on right away and little hooks down here, so the actual shoelace is where you would hook it in. Kind of a cool thing. There's a spider web with a on the bottom of the shoe. You can tell I haven't worn these in a while. I did like these shoes. It has a 0 drop, meaning that the elevation between the front and the back is a 0. And so a lot of folks who have like a 5 mil shoe like the Hoka and go to the Lone Peak experience some leg pains. It's natural. You'll be able to, over time, build those muscles up. If you keep experiencing them after like 2-3 weeks, then I definitely would swap back to a different shoe. Again, everybody's body is going to be different when it comes to these. What I like about these is they have a Vibram bottom on them, this layer. They're good in wet weather. I didn't slip a lot. The lugs are perfectly shaped to grip the ground. I walked in snow on these in my first Appalachian trail hike. I almost said Appalachian. I don't want to get corrected in the comments. The good thing about this is a very wide toe box, and I'll show you side by side the difference in the shoes. You can see how this is a more narrow shoe, and the toe box at the end of here is very wide. It doesn't rub at all on this outside pinky toe. I've gotten 0 blisters in this toe, but I think that's accredited to the socks and the system that I have for my feet, which I'll be doing in a different video, and I'll probably link over here for you. So if I didn't link it and I'm pointing to nothing, that's actually my hoodie. So anyway, love the Lone Peaks. I did Petite's Gap, the Jennings in this, about a 20-mile Appalachian run on them, up and down a lot of elevations. And the only issue I had with this was foot fatigue at the end of like a 10 to 12 mile day. However, I was able to recover and get back in them for the 3rd day of hiking. So I was kind of looking and saying, what would I be able to move to as far as shoes? and be happy with, and I came up with these guys, right? So the Altra Olympus 4s, and I can tell you that if for some reason the Challengers and the Lone Peaks had a baby, this would be the Olympus 4. It's got, again, when you pair them up side by side, let me grab the actual shoe that matches this, right? You can see, again, a very large toe box. There's no rubbing on your pinky toe. I love that. Actually, let me hold up the exact copy. There we go. 2 lefts there. You can see that on the outside corner, if you struggle with pinky chafing on the outside of your pinky toe, this is going to solve that. Again, they have some really cool features on here. You can hook the gaiters in here, and I don't know if you saw all the sand come out of there. I hiked in sand yesterday. It was all stuck in the Velcro. And they have a little loop right here. You can hear Felicia in the back. It's like a little metal place to attach a foot gaiter. So if you're prone to having dirt and sand and debris get into your shoe, Altra sells a gaiter. I think they're pretty inexpensive. I don't use them because I stop a lot. I'll just take the shoe off and shake it out, right? Again, this one is extremely comfortable to walk in and has all the same features as far as the large toe box. Now, people also complain about your heel floating in these as well as the Lone Peaks. I didn't experience that. If I tie it tighter at the top, over time, it'll loosen. The laces just loosen as you walk, right? So no matter how tight you tie them. If I tie them too tight down here, then my foot swells. This upper, a lot of people, and my feet swell every time I hike, just full disclosure, right? Like, I'm a bigger guy, and when you get to the larger miles, that blood that's pooling in your legs, like my feet just swell. A lot of people complain about this upper being like really kind of thin and chintzy, and they say that it moves no matter how they tie their shoes if they're runners. I don't experience that as a hiker, but I do agree this tongue is okay. But when you compare it to the tongue on the Lone Peaks, like this one's padded. I don't know why they chose to go with this thinner model. Ultra, if you're listening, get the tongue from the Lone Peak and put it in the Olympus. So, but I love this shoe. It's padded too, and so on the long distance, I did a 15-miler yesterday in these. I didn't have foot pain like I did in the Lone Peaks because they're minimalist. These cushions are very nice. The bottom has a great tread on it. I'll give you the side view here. But love these shoes. The only thing that I'm going to change is I'm going to go from a 13 to a 14 because I actually wear 2 pair of socks and I can feel on the downhill like toe tapping, but it's just because I have the wrong size. So anyway, any questions, leave it in the comments. I love to talk shoes. And again, I'll put the link to the sock video when I make it kind of in this video. Hope y'all are having a great day. See ya.